Welcome to a special St. Patrick's Day edition of the Cardinal Newman Sports Podcast. Our spring sports are in full swing, and with spring break rapidly approaching, this is one of our last podcasts before we hit break. So you're going to want to tune in to all the interviews today. We've got a loaded lineup, and we've got some great teams playing today, as this is one of the busiest days of all spring. Baseball's on the road, softball's on the road, tennis is at home. We've got tons of games today. Paulo, baseball's going to have their hands full with Casa Grande.
Oh, for sure, Hugo. If this is a historical matchup here in Sonoma County, Casa Grande versus Cardinal Newman High School. If the Cardinals are able to pull this off, it's going to be a really, really great game, really close game. Probably Marky Douglas on the mound, which is future interviewed here. But yeah, Marky Douglas has been phenomenal this season, as well as leaders like Caden Owen and Anthony Acevedo. They've done a phenomenal job. So baseball's looking really good at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, today is going to be, they're going to actually start Legend. Markey will be starting on Saturday for the home opener against Elk Grove, so you're going to want to be there for that. But at the same time, Petaluma will also have across town our softball team taking on the Trojans of Petaluma High School, which should be a big confidence builder for Newman because they have some common opponents. Newman destroyed Novato. Petaluma tied Novato, so it should be a good day at the plate for Nicole DeMarco, for Mia Robinson, for Izzy Cooney-Mooney, and Newman should get a confidence-building win. Over on the golf course, though, they had some confidence building in Napa yesterday.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In Silverado, Chase Mandel, I believe, shot a 73, which is just phenomenal for the senior. What a leader. Just a phenomenal job. John Rasso did a great job, as well as Issa Shami, all those guys. As well as Teo Loyola. All those guys have done a really great job in Silverado and Napa.
Yeah, Teo and Dylan the freshman shot a 77. So, a lot of confidence building results for these Newman athletic programs today. And then, we have also women's lacrosse has a home game tonight against Sonoma Academy. Boys tennis has a home game, and then a huge game on Thursday on the road for boys lacrosse. You're going to talk to Dante Hall, their goalie. They're playing against Justin Siena, a rematch of the championship game last year in the VVAL. Up in Napa. I'll be on the call for that on YouTube. Going to be a great game at 7 p.m. I mean, it's going to be really tough for Newman. They really have to establish themselves. Had a tough start, but you're going to talk with Dante a little bit about that, and just building confidence as a team.
Yeah, definitely. That lacrosse team has done a really good job this year for the amount of young talent that they have this year. Dante Hall's been a leader, Sam Keating, Caden Stanley, Johnny Costa. All those guys have been really, really good on that men's lacrosse team, regardless of their record. They've been playing hard, as well as younger guys. It was just a really good job there by the lacrosse team, being able to persevere a new season with young guys.
Well, we've got a lot of athletic events this week, and you're going to have a lot of interviews to listen to with members of all of our spring sports. They will start right now. Welcome back to another episode of the Cardinal Newman Sports Podcast. We're getting into the interviews now. Hugo Traverso alongside Marky Douglas, who has really stepped up to the plate, quite literally, well, you could say the mound for the Cardinal Newman baseball team in the absence of Anthony Acevedo. They've had some pitching struggles, but Newman is just looking more and more powerful by the day. Marky, you've done a great job. You guys got off to a bit of a rocky start. Now, you've got your 2 wins in league. You're 2-0. How's the team feeling coming out of a strong week?
I mean, yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good. We're starting to get our offense rolling. Pitching, we're starting to show we have more depth, really. Just trying to get more guys in. Against Ukiah, we actually got a lot of guys in that usually won't play much, but getting reps for everyone is just good, filling up the offense and defense.
Well, Marky, I mean, you've been around this program for a long time, and you've really seen it develop. Now you're being called into that big role. I mean, there have been the guys of the past, Lerma, Pozzolo, Rhoda, and of course, Josh Janicelli. I mean, what does it mean to you to be in this moment, in this opportunity, and in this role on the team as the ace?
I think it's a really cool opportunity that Coach Menedetti's given me. That I've worked really hard for, but just the opportunities that I've been given, I'm really grateful for, and the help that people like Josh and Jack and Anthony and like Caden and everyone's really helped me with means a lot.
you talk about those upperclassmen, and you talk about, there's definitely a family culture that we like to talk about here at Newman. What have those upperclassmen said to you to keep you motivated in your starts?
Anthony really tells me just every inning I come in, he's like, win every pitch, give it all you have every single pitch. Every time you go out on the mound, every pitch you throw, every step you take, just give it all you have and leave it all out on the field.
We guys have your home opener against Elk Grove on Saturday. You're pitching in that one. Going to be a great game. What time does that start? I believe it's 11 or 12.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great game at Clyde P. Smith Field. Heading into that start, you've already got some varsity starts under your belt. Is there anything you're looking to work on in that start?
I think just keeping the pitch count lower. Pitch count was low the first 2 starts I had. Third start got up there a little, just trying to finish off batters better. But yeah.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Marky. We wish you
Thank
the
you.
best of luck on Saturday against Elk Grove. Newman Baseball also has a game on the road today against Casa Grande at 4:30 in Petaluma. Be there.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Newman podcast. I'm Paulo Maravilla here with Nicole DeMarco, switching from baseball field to softball field. Nicole, your team is 2-4 in the season. Obviously, not a great start. How do you feel about things progressing this season? Obviously, being a leader, how do you feel about how your teammates have taken a step forward in this new process?
Well, I feel like now that we have been starting off a little bit rough, but we have been practicing and really bonding and like communicating a lot better on the field as games go on. And definitely our offense has definitely improved, and we've been like aggressive at the plate, which is really good. And I think we're just gonna go up from here. And yeah.
Obviously, Nicole, you're a senior, you're a leader on the team. You're taking part in a leadership role with Izzy Cooney Mooney, just like Callie Howard did last year. How do you feel that process has been? And obviously, you've been phenomenal this season, batting .571 with 5 doubles and 1 triple. How do you feel about that?
I feel really good. Izzy's also a really big part of our team, being like our star pitcher and just balling out for us. It is hard, Callie leaving because she was such a good leader in the team, but we definitely have taken that role to be leaders out there and make sure everyone is bonded and communicate on and off the field.
And obviously, you're committed to Cal State San Marcos for taking softball to the next collegiate level. Can you tell me about that process in which just choosing Cal State San Marcos?
So basically why I decided that college is just especially the area. I just love the weather and I wanted to stay in California, and definitely made my decision based on the coaches and just the love for the game of the team and just the bond they have with each other was just really important to me, and I just want a team that is really connected. So yeah, I'm really excited.
All right, thank you, Nicole. Now we'll be switching up from the field all the way to the course when Hugo's going to be back with a golf interview.
Talk with Nicole DeMarco. Now I'm here with Teo Loyola, key golfer in our starting 6. Just came back from Silverado yesterday. Made the starting 5. Week 5 went for that huge tournament. 110 participants. So many schools. Newman ended up finishing tied in 4th place, which was a great finish for you guys. Now, you're in a new season. It's a bit of a newer coaching staff. You got some new assistant coaches. Obviously, still Coach Damien there leading the reins. But, heading into this season, what were the expectations? And now, what are you feeling about them? How are you feeling about them so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously the new coaching system, it's a little different. We have different coaches for different teams. JV has a new coach. Varsity still has Damien, strong leader. But overall, I think it took a little bit to get used to them, new connections and coaching styles for sure. But like I said, I think the team's doing great. The players love the coach, and coach loves us. So I think it's a matter of time until we get even more comfortable with them.
Yeah, and I got the opportunity yesterday to be with you guys at Silverado, and I saw that camaraderie between you guys as a team and with Coach Damien. tied for fourth. You guys did incredibly well. 77 at a PGA Tour course, 73 from Chase Mandel. Stefani, he tied you with the 77. And, John and Issa also added some great scores. So you guys did a great job. How are you feeling coming out of that tournament?
Thank you. I think we did great, especially like you said, as a team. It was a rough start, definitely, getting adjusted to the different speeds of the greens. It was a higher class of a golf course that we played, much more difficult. But overall, I had a blast. Other kids had a blast, and it was definitely a good learning opportunity. Coming from last year's scores, I came back stronger, and I helped the team so much there.
Yeah, I mean, you've been playing so much. You see it on your Instagram. You're out at Foxtail. You're out over the weekends, and then you guys practice at least 3 times a week, I'm pretty sure. You guys do a great job. Now heading into league, you already took down Windsor at the Stockton Invitational a few weeks ago. What are you guys feeling like so far? What are you looking to focus on so you can really wrap up a solid league title this year?
I think the fact that we already took out one of the most rival teams that we have on the golf course really gave us a really strong head start in the season, and overall I think that the most thing we have to work on is just coming together more as a team and like understanding each other's game, and obviously like independently becoming a better player. But like you said, it's all about the team, and we're all going to support each other to get to the top.
Well, thank you, Teo. Thanks for joining us. Good luck today. 3 p.m. at the Fountain Grove Club. Newman takes on Ukiah. Going to be a great match. They're looking to move to 2-0 on the year in the NBL Oak. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Newman podcast. I'm here with Dante Hall, goalie for the men's lacrosse team. Dante, season hasn't started so well, 1-3. How do you feel about the team's performance so far this season?
I mean, I feel like we've been doing our job. We're trying our best here, but we're trying to work with what we have with the loss with a couple of our strong offensive guys and obviously our goalie from last year, Enzo. So it's been a big responsibility to step up for sure, but, we're working through a couple kinks, but we'll get through it.
And obviously, like you said, you're a leader on this team. You're a senior. This is your first year starting at goalie. What's the experience been being able to kind of audible different plays and talk to the guys out on the field? How's that experience been?
It's been good. It's definitely a big change from last year. I'm just trying to communicate as well as I can with the guys and, trying to pick them up as much as I can. Trying to keep almost a positive environment so that way it's more of a motivational thing instead of, bringing our guys down. Even though, we've had a couple struggles, but we're working through it.
And obviously, new season, new players. How do you feel about different people's contributions to the team? Obviously, you have guys returning like Caden Stanley and Sam Keating. How do you feel about the different types of portrayed levels by different players?
I mean, everyone's still doing their job. We're all working really hard to try and make it work, obviously, but we're just doing what we can with what we got, and I think it's working. It's just we've had a couple tough opponents, but like I said earlier, we're still going to fix out the couple kinks and make it work.
And finally, let's talk about expectations for this season. Obviously, what's the expectation? What's the message in the locker room for this new year?
Expectation for the season in the locker room is just give it your all. Like, we're trying to really bring back the Newman grit that we had from last year and bring it into this year. It's obviously been a little bit of a struggle with a new coach, new staff, and we're still working with them, and they're doing great. But there's, a couple kinks that we're still working out.
All right, thank you very much, Dante.
Thank you.
Now we're going to be transitioning from lacrosse all the way to the track and field. Thank you.
I'm Molly Friedman. I'm here with senior Kaylin Swatchy from track and field. You're a discus and shot put thrower, and recently you broke the Big Cat Invitational in discus. You broke the record. You shattered it. You threw 133. How are you feeling about that? It's a big accomplishment. What are you feeling?
I'm really excited to have broken that record. It was something I looked forward to being at that meet in previous years and seeing that record, always hoping to sometime have that as my own, and I finally do now. I was a bit disappointed with the mark I got. I was always hoping that I'd be throwing further earlier in the season, but due to some technical changes in my throw, I've been struggling a little bit more, and hopefully we'll get that progress soon.
Yeah, and last year at state, you threw 143.10. How are you going to continue to throw that? How are you going to practice to break that 140 again and again throughout the meets?
Yeah, one technical adjustment I've been working on lately is the reverse, which is a little part at the end of my throw with the finish, and it's been tricky to pick that up. I started working on it about a week ago, so hopefully as I adjust to that, I'll see more progress coming.
And so you're a senior, committed to Villanova to play track and throw discus and shot put. And you joined track as a sophomore, not really knowing the sport. It was new to you. So what advice do you give to incoming freshmen and just incoming throwers, specifically girls? What advice do you give to them to kind of give them confidence? I mean, you're shattering the school's records. You've gone so far. So what's some advice?
My biggest piece of advice would be your training in the off season. One thing that really set me apart from my competition last year was just that I made it a priority to get out and try to throw once or twice a month, and that small practice is what set me apart. Also, getting in the gym was a big factor of my success. Power cleans, they are game changing. And so then in this past off season, I was able to work with Anthony Ponzo, the weight trainer at Newman, and some other college coaches to kind of make myself a better weight training plan in the off season, which really helped me as well.
Awesome. Well, you're such a good thrower, such a good person. Thank you so much. Thanks for being on this podcast.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Priya Triolo, and I'm here with Reagan McIntosh, our captain for our women's lacrosse varsity team this season. So, looking at the team, you are one of the grittiest players by far. You're out there busting your butt the whole game, but we do also have a lot of younger classmen that are starting, and it's their first season and their first time ever playing lacrosse. How are you instructing them and guiding them on what to do this season?
Yeah, totally. We do have a lot of new players this year, which is really exciting. So I think for me, it's just been important to show them how fun the game of lacrosse is, and also we're just really working on the basics right now, because that's gonna help us in the long run. So just working on the basics and kind of welcoming them to the sport.
Awesome. And you guys are 1-1 right now. You guys had a tough game against Los Lomas on Saturday. What are you taking away from that game and bringing into our game tonight against
Sonoma Academy.
Sonoma Academy?
Yes. Okay. We are kind of just letting the loss at Los Lomas roll off our backs. We're definitely taking some lessons from that game, really focusing on just, again, the basics, like passing and catching. That was really our focus at practice yesterday, and kind of taking that into our Sonoma Academy game. Again, just letting it roll off our back and focusing on the future.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Reagan. Good luck tonight, and see you next time, Cardinal Newman fans.
Thank you.
Well, welcome into the Cardinal Newman Sports Podcast. Now we're moving on to tennis, and I'm sitting here with tennis star Davis Walsh, 4-year varsity starter for these Cardinal Newman Cardinals. Davis, you've had such a great career with Cardinal Newman. You've had a great year this year, great start to your year. Just reflecting on that great career, what's been key to you, whether that be emotionally or just physically on the court, to keep up this great play?
I think definitely my teammates and my coaches. I mean, coming in, I think the older upperclassmen, they definitely set a tone of that we are going to play hard and that we're going to play together, and it's just we're having fun out there. And now I kind of am that upperclassman. I set that tone for the younger kids, and I think that's just what gets us going forward.
Yeah, I mean, you've been a great leader on this team. You guys do have a lot of underclassmen. We've talked a lot about leadership, and I mean, is it just going out there and having fun, or is there anything else that you say to them?
Going out there and having fun, also trying their best, and they do try to win for our team. And I think knowing that we all have each other's backs and we want to do good for each other, I think they're going to try to go out there and do their best and win.
Well, I mean, now we look at tennis globally, and men's tennis has become very, very interesting because you have this new wave with Alcaraz and Sinner, and then you have the guys like the legends, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer. Do you have any players that you particularly look up to or model your playing style after?
I like Alcaraz. I mean, he's so fast and he's electric. I think that's great to watch. But Sinner's also really cool too. I mean, he's Italian. He's always calm. But yeah, I like both of those guys. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, Alcaraz he's exploded onto
Yeah.
the scene. He's been incredible. Now you guys move into a big match against Sonoma Academy today. You know, you guys are just building these wins on top of each other, and you guys head into league soon where you're going to face tough competition like Maria Carrillo. How are these matches playing into, having a strong league year?
I mean, we're definitely in preseason right now, so I think these matches are really key to kind of setting a foundation for how we're gonna play throughout the year. And I think it's really good to establish like a footing and establish like how we want to play and how we want to set a tone. And I think it's really good for us. We've been doing so good so far.
All right, well, thank you, Davis. Good luck today. You guys
Thank you very
play
much.
at home, right? 3:30?
3:30.
3:30. So be there at home right here at Cardinal Newman on the tennis courts. You want to be there. Cheer on your tennis team. They're undefeated.